So welcome to everyone who's joining. We've got Kathleen and Barbara and Brian. Lovely to see you. So we can start with, if you have your mala, we'll go ahead and do the mantra for blessing the mala. If you don't, that's okay, because I'll be counting the mantras during the practice. And then we can also do the mantra to increase the power of recitation. And these are both in the chat box. So if you'd like to use that to help you, just click on the chat. We do each of these mantras 7 times. And this is for us, those of us who are like me and like to be very lazy and multiply our merit so that we're getting easy, good karma. These are great ways to do that. So starting with the mala, it's Om RUTSIRA Mani Prawartaya Hum. 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 And then you blow on the mala and rub it between your hands. And then to increase the power of our recitation, Taya ta om dare dare ben dare soha or swaha. It depends on which one you prefer. Taya ta om dare dare ben dare soha. 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 And so then let's take just a minute to kind of settle ourselves so that we can focus a little bit better in our meditation. And I apologize if you're getting lots of bird sounds and some chanting in the background. It's quite warm here, so the windows need to be open, and so you'll have some practice with ambient noise. And just as noise comes, you can practice trying not to label it and getting all caught up in the story of what might be happening, but just it's sound, and let it go. That's all it is, just sound, let it go, and come back to your practice. So make sure that you're sitting in a comfortable position, that your back is straight. You want to be nice and stable, but relaxed. We want to just forget about our body during the practice. And so we have to have a posture that supports that. And so check in and just see how your body is feeling. Feel the sensation. If your feet are on the floor, just what that feels like to have your feet connecting with the floor. Your legs and your bottom are connecting with a cushion or a chair, and just feel those sensations. Notice what might be going on inside the body. If there's maybe tingling or whatever might be happening, just notice it. And if there's any tension, just breathe into those areas. And we'll take 3 nice deep breaths. And now let's set our motivation for doing the practice. When we think about we're doing purification, this is because we understand a view of karma. And in the view of karma, we talk about karma being definite, in that if we do negative actions, it's definite that they bring a suffering result. If we do positive actions, then it's definite that they are the causes of happiness. And so when we look at our past negative actions, not only do we want to regret ways that we've harmed others, but we also regret creating these causes for our own suffering. And so we want to do this purification practice in order to clean up our mess, so that we can move forward with a more positive mind, positive actions that are helping others, at the very least refraining from harming others. And as we develop our own wisdom and our compassion and our ability to help others, which is really what we're talking about with this path to enlightenment, of developing our own Buddha nature, uncovering it from all of the delusions and ignorance, then we have the ability and the wisdom and the skills to be of benefit to all sentient beings, to help them on the path, so that ultimately all sentient beings are free from suffering and have perfect happiness. And so as we think about our past mistakes, we think about any actions of body, speech, and mind that we may have done. We can look just specifically at today to start. And we're doing this in a very healthy way. Rather than feeling guilty and beating ourselves up, we're just simply acknowledging that we've made a mistake. Because in order to create a new habit, a more healthy habit, we have to first acknowledge when we have made a mistake. And then we go back farther. Perhaps there are some things that we still haven't fully purified in the past. We might be still holding on to some guilt, having trouble forgiving ourselves. So if there are any actions that we regret doing, and then not only from this lifetime, but we've had countless lifetimes. So we want to also have this general wish to regret any of the past negative deeds that we've done. We've been around for countless eons, infinity. So we've clearly done negative things. So we want to regret any of them so that we purify them as well. And then we rely on Guru Vajrasattva. Vajrasattva was one with our Guru. And use this practice as a remedy. And so visualize Vajrasattva on the crown of your head on a beautiful white lotus. Vajrasattva is seated in a meditation posture. With a bright white body. If you have the initiation, you can visualize Vajrasattva with consort. If you don't, then you can visualize Vajrasattva using the image on your screen, solitary Vajrasattva, holding a Vajra and bell. perfect wisdom and compassion, the methods and the knowledge of enlightenment. And if you have trouble sustaining the visualization, just try and get that feeling that Vajrasattva is there and a blissful white light body. Just do whatever you can. And then we say this prayer of refuge 3 times. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. And again, we remind ourselves of compassion, that all sentient beings just want to be happy, just like us. They want to be free from suffering. And all sentient beings have this suffering of body and mind that we can relate to. And so we wish them to have that freedom from suffering and ultimate happiness. And may we be the cause of that. We must purify for their sake. And we request Guru Vajrasattva to please help us purify the negative karma we have created. And delighted, Guru Vajrasattva begins by helping us purify our negative actions of body, sending down a powerful beam of white nectar, blissful nectar that enters through the crown of our head. And as it fills our body, it pushes down our negative actions of body in the form of a black inky liquid that exits out of our lower orifices and just dissipates, disappears as if it was never there. As we say the mantra 7 times. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membaryatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mukta Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membaryatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mukta Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membaryatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mukta Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membaryatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kurahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mukta Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadakti Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Meparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutsa Vajra Baha Maha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadakti Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Meparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadakti Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Memparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. And amazingly, just so wonderful, all our actions with body are now completely purified. And then we purify any of our negative actions of speech, our careless words that could have spread or hurt others. Perhaps we've shared stories without checking into them, later to find they aren't true. Maybe we've helped other people get angry. Our speech has huge impact. And so Vajrasattva sends down again blissful white nectar powerfully down through the crown of your head, and this time filling you from the body, from the bottom up. And the black inky liquid comes out the top and again dissipates. And that is all of your actions of speech being purified as we say the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadakti Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Meparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadakti Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Meparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadakti Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Meparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadakti Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Meparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadakti Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Meparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadakti Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Meparyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Anulakti Mebawa Sarvaseri Memperyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. And now all of our past negative actions of unskillful speech, harsh speech, lying, it's all completely purified. And then we purify all of our actions of mind. We may have had many thoughts that were negative or ignorant, strong self-cherishing I, believing that this I exists inherently from its own side. And so we purify those mistaken views, and Vajrasattva sends down this time blissful light ray, which comes through the crown of our heads, and like a dark room immediately being lit when you flip the light switch, your whole body is filled with this light, purifying the mind. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denupatita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memperyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. And your body filled with this light is now completely purified of all past actions, negative actions of the mind. And then finally, we purify any of the subtlest imprints of negative energy from the mind. Our negative actions, it's like taking a poo in the bathroom. We polluted our mind stream. And now we flushed the toilet, but there's still the smell in the air. And now we're going to purify that as well. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anardaktu Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Mempriyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mutsa Vajra Baha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Didam Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadakta Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Mempriyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Suposhayo Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Mempriyatsa Sarva Karma Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Mempriyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakta Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Mempriyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakta Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Mempriyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anudakta Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Mempriyatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kudarhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. And imagine your body filled with this blissful white light, fresh, clean, totally purified, even the subtlest imprints, filled with love and compassion, no room for anything else. And Vajrasattva is so pleased, wanting to merge with us. He dissolves into white light, which enters the crown of our head, again fills our body, and our body, speech, and mind becomes one with Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, which is one with the Guru's body, speech, and mind. We're in union oneness with the Guru Buddha. Think in emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. There is no negative karma created. All phenomena being empty of inherent existence. They have an existence, they function, but not at all in the way that we perceive them. So subtle, it's as if they didn't exist, but they do. And we need to make a resolve not to repeat any of our mistakes. And so anything that we have done, we want to set a goal not to repeat it. And maybe set that for a period of time that you know you can keep. And that way you can rejoice if you keep it, and if you don't, then we purify again. It's good to purify every day. Create new habits. And this resolve being very important, fourth power, helping us to change and develop our positive mind, positive action. And with that really positive intention, we dedicate the merits, that may all the virtuous karma I have created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And then we recite these 3 dedication prayers. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may bodhicitta, from which the happiness of all sentient beings comes, be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second, and that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may emptiness be generated in the minds of self and others, sentient beings, without delay, even for 1 second, and that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may I, who am empty from my own side, achieve Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are empty from their own side to that enlightenment which is empty from its own side as quickly as possible by myself alone. And we also dedicate for the long lives of our gurus. May they continue to lead us on the path to enlightenment, live a long life, hold us close in this life and all future lives.